Hey everyone, this is Craig from Road Wrestling. So I thought I would take this time to show the damage that was done to my vehicle from hitting the deer. As you can see, it looks fine for the most part. This is the headlight that's out that I was telling you about. But right here, as you can see, it's kind of popped out a little bit, and this shroud right here got a little bit damaged. This I can fix. There's just a small bolt in here that I just have to take out and put back in. I may have to drill a new hole in the shroud, which is no big deal. This, it turns out, is what's making the noise when I open and close the door that I talked about a few videos ago. When I hit the deer, it kind of like shoved the metal back. So it's not a big deal. Again, it was a small deer. It was only about this tall. You can still see some of the deer shit down here on the rim. There was hair in here, but the rain has washed it out. And it's all fine because, as you can see, this tire is pretty bald. Whereas, you know, I got brand new tires all around. So I was gonna get a new tire anyways, but this tire is pretty bald anyway, so it's okay. I feel bad for the deer. It was a baby deer. It wasn't big. It was only about this tall. But that's what's making the noise when I open and close my door. So at least it didn't damage it any worse than that. And yeah, I can at least still drive it properly. Right here is where that dent is. And like, I can push it back in, but it doesn't really help any. So on a day when it's not raining, I'll probably do a video of me fixing this shroud down here by the front tire. There probably isn't a whole lot I can do here to fix it. And I don't really know if it's worth taking to have it fixed or not, because then I'd be without a vehicle to fix something real small like that doesn't really affect how I drive. But yeah, I wanted to take some time today to show the damage that the deer had done. Again, it was just a little tiny baby deer. It wasn't a big one or anything like that. It's pouring down rain right now, so filming outside, which is why I have my trusty sunglasses on, because it's rainy and cloudy, right? So filming outside is kind of hard, so I came down here to the gas station. That way I could have an awning to do it under without getting my camera soaked and without getting me soaked. But yeah. So now it's just a matter of fixing that shroud down there, which isn't a big deal at all. It's one bolt and the shroud is plastic. So it's just basically drilling a tiny hole through it and putting the bolt back in. It won't be exactly like it was, but it's also underneath the car by the tire, so you're not going to see it anyways. It's really just to keep mud and grime and things like that out of the engine. So fortunately, it's nothing serious. The headlight itself is, like I said, that wasn't caused from the deer. That was from rainwater getting inside the headlight. But that's no big deal. I'll probably do a video of that as well to show people how to change out a headlight for those who don't know. So yeah, I just thought I'd take a few minutes today to show a little bit of what I have to do to what I am now referring to my vehicle as Bambi. I've decided to name her Bambi after the deer. I feel like shit for hurting that animal. It really sucks. And I told an officer about it go for a short ride real quick. I told an officer about it right after it happened, and you know, like he said, it's that time of year around here, right? I mean, you can have a deer dart out in front of you in the middle of town here, and unfortunately that's what happened. So I feel like shit, but like he said, it's that time of year. It kind of bugged me because I don't think I would have hit it had I not had a couple motorcyclists riding my ass at the time. They were right up my ass, and so I was having to look in my rear view mirror at them. And you know, I mean, anybody who drives knows that, you know, it only takes a split second for something to happen, right? And while I was looking in my mirror at these two idiots behind me, you know, Bambi decided to dart out in front of me. And that's something that I wanted to mention was a lot of people always say to be cautious of motorcyclists. And I fully, wholeheartedly, 150% agree with that. But can we please have motorcyclists be a little bit more cautious and aware of other motorists on the road as well? No one ever talks about that. Everybody always wants to talk about how everybody needs to be cautious about motorcyclists. And I agree. But no one ever wants to talk about how motorcyclists need to be cautious around other motorists. And it's for their own safety. I have way more protection around me in a vehicle like this than what a motorcyclist does. And I'll say this as well. It's never the guys who ride the old hogs, who ride the old Harley Davidsons. It's never them who are driving around dangerous on motorcycles. It's always these guys on these crotch rockets, these young dudes who, for whatever reason, think they can hot shot around town, doing wheelies and shit like that. And it's like, man, I could have had a kid in the car with me. I could have had a woman in the car with me. Being foolish like that, you know, riding up on someone that way, it's not a good idea. And to make matters worse, after it happened and I swerved on the road, they just kept on going. They didn't care to see if I was okay or not or anything. So, I mean, it was a couple assholes, right? And I mean, that's what happens sometimes. But yeah, so if we could all have motorcyclists try to be a little bit more cautious as well, that would be great. Seriously. Because everybody always wants to talk about how other motorists need to be careful with motorcyclists. It goes both ways. We share the same road. So yeah, that's the damage that was done. Again, it's not that big of a deal. It just makes a weird noise when I open and close the door, but it is annoying. So, oh well. I'm gonna head home now and watch some Sunday football. Talk to you guys later. Remember, it's not the end. It's just the beginning.